What's up? I'm TreniuS, and you're tuning into the famous Living Room Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're doing right. A subscriber told me that I should make a video about this and, my experiences with smoking weed. And, they wanted to know how can they use the law of attraction when it comes down to, being a weed smoker, or smoking weed or marijuana. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about that, and I'm gonna tell you from my experience. Okay, so take what you want from my experience and run with it. I don't think a lot of people will agree with my experiences, but I'm just gonna tell you the only reason why I quit smoking weed. Okay, it's 2019, so I remember I started smoking weed back in like 2012. It was like 2012 that I started smoking weed. I done did everything. I done did almost everything, I would say. I done did almost everything. I done smoked weed. I done smoked cigarettes. I done smoked black and mild. I done did cocaine. I done did ecstasy, Molly, whatever you want to. I done did a lot of things, and luckily I don't do those things anymore. But I remember weed. I remember why I quit it, how I quit it, and the reason why I quit. And I don't regret quitting it. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what I experienced along my journey. I used to be a weed smoker that smoked every day. All my friends around me smoked. We smoked every day. We had to have marijuana on us everywhere we went. I used to smoke breakfast, lunch, dinner. As soon as I woke up in the morning, right there, I'm smoking before I even drink a glass of water. Before I even eat, I'm smoking. You know what I mean? I'm getting my body right, getting my day prepared, so that I can, enjoy my day. And so I remember, man, I used to smoke every time I get on the phone and call somebody. I used to gotta be rolling up while I'm talking, like, I gotta get right, while I'm smoking. Like when I got through eating, I felt like I had to roll up, like I'm done eating. That was a good meal. Oh my God, like it's time to smoke one now, When I invite females to the house, I remember I had to smoke. Yeah, let's roll up, bro. We gotta get right, girl, And I just always felt like I had to smoke, whether I was going to the mall, whether I was riding in my car, I had to smoke. And so whether I want to admit it or not, I was addicted. That's an addiction. I don't care what nobody say. Like when you gotta smoke that much, it's an addiction. Like it was so bad that when I ran out of weed, I would like go around my apartment and stuff, and I'll be looking for it. Like I'll be looking for little crumbs that I had left over. Like I'll be in the ashtray, like searching for something that I might have left because I didn't have none, and I'll be trying to like fill up the blunt just to get a smoke in. Like yes, it was an addiction. I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, if you smoke that much, you gotta go ahead and just say to yourself, it's an addiction. It's an addiction because you have to have it every single day. Okay, but ultimately, the reason why I really quit smoking was because I had my first-born son. Okay, and I said to myself, when he born, I'm not gonna be smoking weed around him. At the rate I was going, I had to stop. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be smoking weed around him. Besides, all the money that I'm spending on going to buy it, and cigarillos and all that stuff, I could save that money and get him a pack of diapers, or I could save that money and get him some new clothes. And so, thank God that I had a son, and that was able to be the thing that allowed me to ultimately quit, And so, but that's not what I saw. What I saw was amazing, man. Like when I had finally had my son and I had quit smoking, I realized what I was doing the whole time. Like me being a heavy smoker, smoking the loud, the OG, all that, being a heavy smoker, I realized something. I was just sitting thinking one day, I'm like, dang, so you mean to tell me the whole time I was smoking this weed, now that my son here, you mean to tell me the whole time I was smoking this weed was to feel like I feel right now? Really? Like, so to me, I don't know, to me, it was like, I was searching. It was like I was searching for a feeling that I wasn't getting back when I smoked. And then it's like when I had my son, I was feeling that feeling that I always wanted to feel, which was like a complete blissful feeling. But at that time, I didn't know that I didn't have to smoke to get there. You know, and so I realized, I was like, yo, you know, it's amazing how powerful the human body is. The human body is already powerful to get that same level of feeling, that same level of consciousness that people get when they smoke. You know, and if you ask me, speak on Let Your Voice Be Heard, leave a comment below, let me know what you think about this, y'all. But I personally think that most people that I know have encountered that smoke, I be thinking they trying to reach a level of feeling. Like they trying to feel really good about, I don't know if it's themselves, I don't know if it makes people giggly, I don't know if it makes you more happy or something like that. To each his own. I know weed make everybody feel different ways, but I know when I smoked it, it made me feel like really relaxed, like super relaxed, to the point that, you know, I could not focus. I couldn't really focus the way I wanted. The only thing I could really focus on at the time was like, you know, creative focus. Like I was making beats and stuff and making my music, and I was focused on that creatively, and it was actually helping me to do that. But when it come down to like just ultimate overall focus on my life, I had a hard time doing that. And so I think that's why I resorted to smoking weed. Okay. And so, you know, I was feeling, like I said, I was feeling this feeling of like, just, I'm like, dang, I feel good not to smoke. Like that was the first time in my life that, you know, it felt so good to me that I wasn't smoking. It's like when you do something that you probably kind of wanted to quit, and then you actually don't stop doing it. Like when you actually stop doing it, that's like the ultimate feeling. It's a priceless feeling. And so it made me be more focused. And so what I started doing was I started to go back and read all the books that I would try to read when I used to be high. Like I used to read like self-help books, motivational books, inspirational books, stuff to help your mind out. Like, because I'm a real deep thinker. I'm a real deep thinker, and I think that's why I smoked a lot, because I think about a lot of things and I didn't really want to get into all those thoughts. And so to keep my mind calm, to keep my mind relaxed, I would always like smoke me one, because it'll just mellow me out a little bit. And so what I did was I went and got all the books that I used to read when I was high, and I started reading them while I was not high. And man, it made me, I could just see it totally different. I see it totally different. And I was like actually taking in the information like consistently. Every time I would open a book and read, I was like really taking in the information. Now I had vitality, I had energy, you know, and I was no longer like lazy, and my eyes were no longer like, you know, like when I'm reading a book, like I can really focus, and I was getting the energy. And so when I started doing that, that's when I learned about this thing called meditation. I'm like, what? Meditation? You know, me, man, and it's crazy because like now I stay out here in Vegas, man. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about that too. And weed is legal out here in Las Vegas. But anyway, I learned what meditation is, and I wasn't really interested in it. I'm still not to this day, but it just got me to a point where I realized, damn, so you mean to tell me that you can get high without smoking doing meditation? Because meditation, only thing you're doing is, you know, just relaxing your mind, and you just going into like this blissful, how can I describe it? Like when you meditate, it's like you just going beyond this world. You know, you're seeing things that you cannot see in this world when you just relax and close your eyes. You know, you're going inside your spirit, and you just are like seeing everything for what it is. Like if you're able to get to that point in your meditations. And you know, I know for me, it's funny because, you know, I even tested myself I even went back to smoking weed like maybe a couple months ago. You know, I still would try it from time to time. Like I'll still take a puff or something from time to time, just to like test myself to see if I'm really solid and I'm still humble and not smoking. And it's funny, man, because now when I smoke, I can't even smoke the whole blunt. Like I can't barely even take a puff of it. Like I can't even smoke no more, because like when I smoke now, it takes away this feeling that I'm feeling. Like right now, I'm sober. Right now, I'm not high. Right now, I'm just completely rejuvenated. I have so much energy. I feel good. I feel positive. I feel healthy. I don't feel lazy. You know, I'm not thinking so much. It's like I'm balanced out without having to have my blood like I used to have, you know. And now when I smoke, man, it takes away that. And so I'm able to see all the negative things. Like I said, when I started reading the self-help books, I got myself in a positive mindset. A really positive mindset, the same mindset that I think I was searching for when I was burning every day. It's like that same mindset I was searching for when I was burning every day. I did that in a way that I don't need a substance to do it. You know, I did it like by myself, by reading books and learning how to like change the way I thought about what I was doing. And oh man, it's just, you know what, man, to each his own, you know, and I still got a lot of friends that smoke out there, you know, and I don't knock nobody when I go around my friends and they smoking. As a matter of fact, it's been plenty of times when I went into the cannabis store out here in Las Vegas and bought some of my friends weed. And it still never dawns on me to go back smoking or anything like that, because it's like, once you reach the point where you don't need any type of like, you know, substances to enhance your feeling and you feel good naturally, it's priceless, man. I'm telling you, it's priceless. Nowadays, I drink alcohol. You know, I drink alcohol, you know, socially or whatnot. And even that, I have that on a leash. You know what I mean? Like I know some people that, like I said, they just like weed. I know some people in my journey that get up in the morning, they gotta have a drink. You know, before they go to sleep, they gotta have a drink. Every time they go out, they gotta have a drink. But all this stuff that's out here for us to use, it's not to be abused. You just gotta know how to control yourself to be able to say, you know what, I don't even need this every day. If you can get your point to yourself, you know, where if you do smoke weed, you say to yourself, I don't even need this every day, you good. You good. But I gotta say now, I gotta go ahead and say, and I'm not trying to knock anybody that smoke weed out there, but if you feel like you can't go a day without smoking, you might as well just go ahead and say it's an addiction. You might as well just at least say that. I mean, smoke all you want. It's cool. If you can handle it, great. But if you need something outside of your body, if you need something outside of the creative vessel that we are already made to be, which is already powerful, just got to know how to use the mind to be able to see that truth within ourselves. Like, you know what? We don't need a cigarette to really feel high. You know, we don't need alcohol to be happy. You could be happy right now. You know what I mean? You don't need to, you know, ground up some weed, put it inside a wrapper, roll it up, lick it up, light it up, inhale it, exhale it, just to feel wonderful. That's what I'm just saying. Sorry if I'm making you, I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, that's how it made me feel when I thought about it after I had my son. I was just like, yo, I was doing like all this to like feel how I feel right now. You know, and I hope this video resonate with you. I hope this video give you a different perception on smoking weed. Like I said, thank God it was my son for me that actually created that turning point in my life, because otherwise I think I would still be smoking like chronically today. But you know, to each his own. Everybody, you can smoke whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just saying this is the only reason why I quit smoking, because I realized that ain't nothing powerful than the body itself. You know, and you can get to that level of consciousness. You can get to that level of happiness or high without even having to smoke. If you know how to like, you know, what I did was I read self-help books and stuff like, you know, self-development books that helped me change my thinking about like, you know, my situation. Because honestly, I think that I was really smoking, you know, not only to like feel mellowed out and to feel balanced because I thought so deep, but I think that I was like doing it to like block out some of the things that I experienced like in my early childhood, you know, growing up, how I grew up, you know, in lack. I grew up in a lot of lack and stuff like that. And I grew up around a lot of negative energy. And so I think that I was using like marijuana as like an escape for that. And so, you know, I would blow up my thoughts and blow them into the air. And that made me feel good at the time. And so this is my story on why I quit smoking weed. It's the only reason why. And look, it done changed my life. Y'all see me now, what I'm doing. I'm a YouTube vlogger here on YouTube. Y'all see me? You see me? You see the proof is in the pudding. I ain't smoke weed. Okay, go look at my very first videos. Like, I think right around them times, like right around that time, in that time frame is like when I think I had just stopped smoking weed. And like ever since then, I have been like succeeding, becoming successful, happy, wake up in the morning, got so much energy, helping people, teaching people, having fun with friends. And when I go places, I smell like I smell like Bond Number 9, Tom Ford cologne. I don't smell like that stench of weed no more where people stereotype you and be like, you know, like I smell good when I go out now. You know, inside of my car was smelling good. And, you know, police pull me over nowadays, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna smell nothing but air freshener. You feel me? But I remember them days when I used to ride in the car and the odor was super heavy, where people used to come up to me and be like, boy, you smoking good up in here, ain't you? And I didn't like that because I always like to be discreet and private, and I didn't like nobody to know what I was doing in my own time. And so I'm just saying, man, this is the only reason why I quit smoking weed. Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Leave a comment below. Let us hear what you think, okay? Like I said, if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. If it didn't resonate with you, give it a thumbs down. To each his own. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.